let's get to this rehash. I mean, Backlash.
All right, let's rehash Backlash. Now, the number one match was the pre-show, and that was the Perfect 10, who's definitely on the list, versus Aiden English, who to me is not on the list. Ty Dillinger defeats Aiden English in 8 minutes and 20 seconds.
Yep. So nice to see the Job Squad working again.
They were working together. I didn't see the match, so I got nothing to really say. So you guys did, so please.
I kind of didn't see it neither.
Look at Screener.
Yo, I can't,
Screener, you need some wrestling drops, man.
Yeah, serious, man. Why don't we have some woos going on? Let me
Word.
Well, we didn't get none of them yet. Listen, you guys gotta understand this. Both shows have this are sharing the same account right now. Because I'm not paying $40 for each for two different shows, and I know Mac offered to split it with me. But if I can do a show every single day. Yeah, I can do a show every day under one account. So if we got to share one account between two shows, then it makes more sense to do so.
Okay.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Right. So we're sharing the same effects for both shows, which means the people that are working with Two Barbarians and the people that are working with Matt Game have to learn to work together with the effects and with, basically the whole studio section, which a few people do have access to. Like me, Chris, the Screener, and Buzz all have access to the account, all of us. I would like to, offline we'll talk, but I'd like to give the same access to you guys.
Word.
But I don't want anybody who gives the access to fuck up the other show in any way.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah,
we got to respect for each show.
Yeah, we got because we're under the same network. We're under the Two Barbarians network, and we're under the Geeks of the Industry network now too. So we need to, all be able to work together. Blah 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 blah. So,
yeah, blah 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 blah. Yakety schmackety.
Yeah, blah blah blah. And Buzz fucking made like 70 fucking effects for the one show, and now I got more effects than I'll ever need for.
Yet still no woo. God damn you, Buzz. You're on the list.
Buzz, you're on the list. So.
All right. So again, I watched the match. I could have seen it on SmackDown and still not gave a damn about it.
My dick fell off.
Exactly.
We already did that one, Screener. We already did that one.
Twice.
Yep.
It's nice to see a young Dolph Ziggler back out there. That's about it.
You're saying the Perfect 10 is a young Dolph Ziggler? Is that what you're saying?
That's it.
The Perfect 10 is like the same age as Dolph Ziggler, right?
I know, but in his career, he's still a rookie. In his main roster career, that motherfucker is still a rookie.
He is.
And most of his career is in
give a shit about the Perfect 10. I want to care about the Perfect 10 because I like the theme song. I like the Perfect 10 theme song. I like the old theme song better. Do you guys remember when he first became the Perfect 10? There was a song out before the one he used. I guess he wasn't allowed to use the first one because they changed it up like a month into it. And the first Perfect, and now you can't even find it on YouTube because I wanted to record a track to that. I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to record a track to that beat. That beat was ridiculous, but then they changed it up, and I like the new one too, but the first one was way better.
All right.
But I mean, other than him coming out, well, I can't find it. They erased it. It's gone.
Damn.
I would put it in the tournament if I could find it, but I will say we should definitely put the new Perfect 10 song in the tournament, which we'll talk about after.
It's a good track. Right.
We'll talk about that after the recap. Let's get into the recap. We got to stay on we got to stay on topic. All right, Perfect 10 versus fucking Aiden English.
Right.
Thoughts?
I wish it was on Sunday Night Heat. I don't care.
Okay. Give it a star rating. Yeah. Let's do star ratings at the end of each match. We'll give it. I can't give it a star rating. I didn't see it, but
the technical aspect, I give it a 3 in the technical aspect. I give it in the entertainment aspect a -14.
So what's that, like a -7 if you average it out? I mean,
if you average out, it's about a -7.
How the fuck can it not be entertaining? Harsh. You got Aiden English there, who's entertaining to me. How's it not entertaining?
Mm-hmm. Because you could predict the end. You knew the outcome.
Who won? I don't even know.
Try me, bitch. Ty Diggler.
Who won? The Perfect 10?
Yeah. But you knew it. He's on an upward push. And
why is he getting a push? He's got to be sucking off Pat Patterson or something, right?
Could be.
He's getting a push because of that 10 chance.
Yep. Yeah.
Come on, man.
The crowd is full.
Aiden English should have the push out of them too. It should be Aiden English. I'm sorry. He's more entertaining than the Perfect 10.
Exactly.
The Perfect 10 is a better worker.
That's why to me the match wasn't entertaining. I knew what was going to happen, and I was just like, oh, okay, yay, oh look, it's a fucking tiebreaker. Oh, the match is over. You know what I mean?
Matt,
like
what do you
can play out.
I didn't see the match neither.
No, you didn't see it.
But
okay, well, 2 out of 3
members. I would have known I
didn't
could fucking call that one in. I wouldn't have seen it.
Well,
I literally sat through that 8 minutes because of the show. It's the only reason why
I wanted to see it.
Yeah,
I wanted to see it.
Pre-show too, but the pre-show I couldn't find the pre-show, and I couldn't find the Talking Smack after neither. And
there is a Talking Smack. It's up now. They got it up now though. I saw. Yeah, it's up. I saw it. I didn't see it, but I saw that it was there.
Right.
Peter Rosenberg was the co-host.
I don't know. I didn't see it.
I'm not sure actually, because I didn't watch.
I'm like, so
he was the co-host of Talking Smack after Backlash, and I wanted to see it.
Right.
And I couldn't.
Well, I guess
find
we're gonna have to
so
see
that
it.
In the pre-show, I wanted to check out, so I couldn't see the match if I wanted to.
Right.
So
right.
I tried Ty and
Screener, did you see the match? Do you like the match, Screener?
Ty in English, I'm sorry, I tried.
Yeah, I got it on the network.
Was working. I guess he's not answering now, so he must have fell asleep when we were talking about fucking Ty fucking the Perfect 10.
Oh, he's back.
Now he's awake. Yeah, now he's awake.
No, he was dropping a deuce.
He dropped a deuce, so he wasn't into it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then, in that note, we should go to the next match. The next match starts with Shinsuke Nakamura versus Dolph Ziggler. It was a 15-minute match, which I'm actually surprised it didn't feel like 15 minutes.
No, it definitely didn't feel like 15 minutes.
I did see that one. I don't know. I was like half in and out of it. I was watching it, but I wasn't like fully watching it because I was like trying to do something else at the same time. And I have to say that, I knew Shinsuke was going to win. We all called that in the predictions, but I didn't think it was as good of a match as it could have been.
No, it could have been much better. Match. I think the next program with him and Kevin Owens, you'll start to see better performance. Ziggler can't take the strong style, so it was kind of like the WWE. Yeah, that's what it looked like to me. It looked like it had a lot of similarities between the Hideo Itami and Bobby Roode match from TakeOver. You had someone who was very versed in the strong style versus someone who was very versed in the American style, and there was a real strict contrast there. So,
I feel he should have had a better opponent to start out with.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I would have thought that Ziggler would have been a great opponent. The guy still is a bump machine.
As far as the wrestling match, yeah, but not as far as to make him feel important.
Right.
Because when that's the last time,
Dolph Ziggler
felt important.
Dolph Ziggler's on his way down to, he's winding down his career, I think. I think it's he's got to leave or he's got to be gone for a while.
When you mentioned Dolph Ziggler later, in the push fire or in the NXT joint.
We'll be talking about him. We'll be mentioning him at the end of the show.
Actually, be good at Dolph Ziggler, yeah.
Yeah.
For Dolph Ziggler, he'll be good for NXT.
No, definitely.
But yeah, we'll talk
to
about
go to NXT.
Right.
They're not going to send Dolph Ziggler to NXT.
I know it's not realistic, but I'm just saying. I mean, it's one of the choices.
Yeah, you think they should?
Feel like he'd be good there.
Yeah, they definitely should. Let him be a player coach.
Maybe as a coach.
I feel like he sent a couple people to NXT.
Well, we mentioned that, and we mentioned that before.
They used to do that. I don't know why they don't do that no more. Like Right. They used to have Cesaro.
They're going to do it again soon.
When he was US
it's going to happen over the summer.
You know what I'm saying?
You watch. You keep this clip in mind. By the time the end of the summer happens, there'll be people coming down to NXT to help NXT out because they need as much help as they can get. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Mark my words that on May 24th, 2017, Nikki said that by the end of the summer, people are going to be coming to NXT to help out. Just the main roster people.
All right. So what was the match after Shinsuke?
The match after that was
could have been better.
My favorite part of the whole fucking show that I got to see up to was this match.
It was honestly like this match was incredible. It was absolutely incredible, and it showed a side of Breezango. They could actually go like the freaking flying plancha over the ropes that Johnny Curtis pulls off. I'm sorry. My bad. I used his indie name.
I forgot he was that guy. I forgot.
That Fandango so pulled off was beautiful. Like it was.
I like
so
him better
well
as
done.
Fandango. I like him better. I always felt it was kind of gay to do that little dance that he does. Like there was just nothing gayer in the world than that stupid dance. Mm-hmm. But he's a good wrestler.
No, he can go. He can
dude's
go.
Good.
And
the dude could be like he could be like Dolph Ziggler, and he's more entertaining than Dolph Ziggler.
Oh, yeah,
in fact, you know what? Dolph Ziggler's on the list. Dolph Ziggler's on the list now. Fandango not on the list. Neither is Tyler Breeze. They're not on the list.
Is by far like they are so over right now. Rolling Stone on their Facebook page actually had an article about Breezango making wrestling fun again.
Bro, that fucking mop was
the only thing I didn't like. The only thing I didn't like is that they showed the same promo, like the same stint from SmackDown.
Yeah, they should have made a new one
on Backlash.
Yeah, why didn't they make a new one?
The only thing I feel they was just trying to explain why he was coming out with the mop and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But come on, they could have,
they said he was undercover. He was going undercover. I mean that. You know what though? It's good they explained that because I did see the clip from SmackDown. But like I don't fucking pay attention anymore. These shows are too damn long. I'm too much bullshit. So it's good that they kind of reminded me.
2 hours.
Mhm. Yeah, but it's 5 hours. By Tuesday, you're 5 hours into wrestling.
Too much.
But
can't do it.
Yeah.
It's just too much.
But like the fashion files is something you shouldn't be skimming through though.
Yeah, no, not yeah. But I have to say. The MVP of that match was fucking Bradshaw. His announcing was incredible. Tyler Breeze finally showed up for the match. How amazing. It's unfair that he had to wrestle 4 guys.
When he was rolling back and forth from corner to corner. I like that.
Yeah, that was hilarious. I agree. That shit was funny.
It was good. It was good. And they capitalized on it. On Tuesday, and we'll get into that when we get into that. But I think.
I knew they would.
Future. Oh, dude, you have no idea. It was I could watch a half hour of the Fashion Police. And I'd be okay with it.
That I'll check out then. I'll watch that. That I'll watch.
All I got to say is squirt guns. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh God, they got squirt guns.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah.
Try me, bitch.
Exactly.
Yeah, see.
They low running with Shane McMahon and all that.
Oh yeah, it was great.
I don't even know. I'm curious how that one went too. I don't know how that went.
It was amazing. You guys aren't real police, right? Yeah, my dad says the same thing.
My dad says the same thing. Well, that match actually.
Took the donut.
That match lasted.
What about the details?
The screener, I don't know what the fuck he just hit. He hit some button. I wish he could fucking talk, so I could actually ask him what the fuck that was. That match was 9 minutes and 15 seconds long.
So ask it, screener. What's the question?
Yeah, what the fuck? Ask it, you stunod. I mean, we pay you. You got questions? Ask us. You're on the list.
Not up in here!
Yeah, you're on the list.
There you go.
All right. Fucking screener, man. He's such a disaster. He's a disaster, bro.
Your regular programming.
We don't even do this show program if you stop hitting dumb shit.
Yeah, we don't even do this show every week. We do this show every pay-per-view in the beginning and after. Like, we don't do this. I mean, it is kind of like every 2 weeks, like twice every 2 weeks, now that you really think about it, since now there's a pay-per-view every 2 weeks. But, like, we don't do this show every week. So, I mean, come on. Like, fucking get to work. You know? You're on contract, bitch.
God damn it.
All right, any last thoughts on the match between Fandango and Breeze versus the Usos? I guess we're gonna see the Usos versus
game over.
Yeah, both.
Do we really gotta see the Usos in the fucking New Day? Like, is that really gonna be what's going?
I hope not. At this point, I hope not. And I really, I would like to see a good, like, Breezango is so over right now. When New Day shows up, to me, it reminds me a lot of when New Day and Enzo and Cass were like pretend feuding. I think there's a lot of potential for some amazing comedy there. And then you throw the Usos on top of that with the seriousness. It literally is.
So it's going to be fucking three. It's going to be a three-team feud. It has to be. It can't just be the two. Right.
But what blows my mind is, we've completely forgotten about American Alpha.
Well, they're not in the tag. They're nobodies right now. I mean, you know, it's a shame to say that, but they're nobodies. I don't know.
No,
they didn't go to Raw.
They need to go to Raw and work as Angle's freaking like security. That'd be good.
That was my idea. That's what I was thinking about.
Yeah, well, they need to do something because they're a good team, but they're not interesting anymore. They're not interesting anymore.
That's exactly what they need to do. Go to Raw and let Angle mentor them. Like, exactly what they need to do.
Or bring up, or actually sign Shelton Benjamin and let him be their mentor, as like what Kurt Angle did for Team Angle.
Here's an idea,
the world's
guys.
greatest tag team.
Here's an idea, guys. When you think they bring New Day back, should they put what's his name in the New Day as the fourth member? The guy from fucking 205 Live. Remember we did a 205 Live and we mentioned
Rich Swann.
Not Cedric Al, Rich Swann. Would that be something you guys would be interested in if they debuted him with the New Day when they come back to SmackDown to switch it up a little bit?
I think that would be a good thing because I feel like he could keep up with them as far as energy-wise, and New Day needs something new.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
No pun intended. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
what's fucking Rich Swann gonna do other than fucking like move his knees around and do his little dance and ask me if he can handle this? Like, you know what I mean?
But he can wrestle though too.
No,
he can. And Vince McMahon's type dude, a skinny black guy that can dance. That Vince loves that shit. That's why the New Day. He loves the New Day. I mean, it's true.
Right.
I think there's some sort of racism in that, but that's what Vince likes.
Hardcore.
Yeah.
I mean, it ain't no real black champion yet.
Yeah.
The Rock.
I'm hoping if anybody
Booker T did as that stupid King Booker gimmick.
That's world heavyweight champion. He was never WWE champion.
Nah, he was WCW champion though.
Because Mark Henry
WCW, that counts.
Mark Henry was world heavyweight champion too.
Right.
But Booker was WCW. Nobody had the WWE.
That's not WWE though. That's not WWE.
But it's still a world champion for its time. I mean,
it's gonna happen. I'm not gonna say that it's not gonna happen.
And did you guys know there was a black champion? There was a black world champion in the 1930s. Did you guys know that?
Yep. And also,
I didn't know that
was a world champion as well when he was in WCW.
No, I'm saying there was a black world champion for, and I guess it was NWA or maybe it was before NWA because I think it was actually before NWA. But there was a black champion in like the 1930s, and the only reason why I know that is because Jim Cornette told me, fucking on the fucking on a show he did. He had to fucking debunk the black world champion thing. He was like, look, and I can't remember who the fuck his name is. Maybe I can look it up real
quick.
But
is it because they never gave a black person a chance, or a black person never stepped up like that? And I'm black, you know what I'm saying?
I think it's a little of everything.
I think you're right. I think it's a little of everything.
Booker T is probably the only one that I could say, you know, really deserved that. And Farouk when he was with the Nation, you know what I'm saying? Like I see him have the title. Other than that, you know, Ahmed Johnson, he couldn't wrestle really.
Right. Yeah, but JYD could.
Guys that think that
JYD could, and he had the charisma, and he was over. But he was also there during the Hogan era. So.
I'm trying to find it right now. There was a Columbus Wrestling in 1930. Did you know that? I'm trying to find it right now.
There's black champions a lot of places. We talking about the WWF, WWE, though.
No, I know, but I'm just curious because like what counts? Like I found this site on the internet. It was called Columbus Wrestling. It's actually a card. It was the results. So motherfuckers were having 42-minute matches because back then the shit was actually real. You know what I mean? Like it was actually real at that time. Yeah, 30-minute matches, 42-minute matches. It's just interesting to see this. The card went for like 3 days. This is ridiculous.
Yes.
That's too much. That's too much. No wonder they made it worked. You know. But all right, let's keep going. We're falling off. We got to get back into it. Sorry, guys. It's such a pain to fucking do this editing because we always jump back and forth. I noticed that. We jump back and forth, and it kills me when I'm trying to edit. Kills me, guys. It does.
Maybe we need a JoJo.
Well, we have a screener. That is JoJo. But screener is not going to do all that work. I'm not paying him to do all that. Plus, I don't trust him to do all that. You know?
No, I mean to keep us on topic.
Yeah. Now, by the way, the list segment was way too long. It was like 18 minutes long. Even I was listening to it like, all right, this is ridiculous. Like, I can't listen anymore. Yeah, so no wonder they only got 17. They only got like 17 listens. That was it. They only got 17 listens. That was it. So. I was like, all right, well, that was a dud. We'll have to do this one. We'll do a list at the very end. Just throw names like how they do on the Conan show, and we'll make that the list. And you don't have to keep it just wrestling. You can put Casper and everybody we know from the other show on the list too. That's fine. Because I'm going to promote it to both audiences. So.
Makes sense.
All right. So next match: Sami Zayn versus Baron Corbin. I honestly don't remember this match. I have no resemblance of remembering what happened.
Sami Zayn
it was on. Yeah, it was on, but I think I went downstairs to the bathroom and take a shit or something because I saw Sami Zayn, and then the match was over and I'm looking at it. And it was a 14-minute long match, and I must have been going for a long time because I don't even remember being that long. So what happened, guys?
It was a typical SmackDown Live match, but the surprise was that Sami Zayn won. You know what I'm saying? Because he usually loses all the time.
Yeah. Okay. Now I remember he did win.
Fucked up.
Yeah. He did win.
You know what I'm saying?
What, you think Baron Corbin has heat?
No. I think because he was dominant the entire.
Okay.
He was dominant the entire match.
No heat if he was dominant the entire match.
He doesn't have heat. And again, I'm gonna refer to if you saw SmackDown, they played it over well. There's a long game here, and they're playing the long game well. And they also want to make sure
Corbin and Zayn.
No, with Corbin. Corbin is a long game.
Yeah. Okay.
Because they kind of putting over Zayn, as well as giving Corbin motivation to be even more.
All right. Interesting. All right.
So
Zayn
won.
At the end, I had no idea the Singh brothers. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just noticing the Singh brothers' names were Sunil and Samir. Never knew that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Me neither. That's not a problem.
All right. Go on. Back to Sami Zayn.
No, they're trying to show you, and it was also Sami Zayn winning also had the thing of these pay-per-views, anything can happen. So it was actually there to plant the seed that Ginger was that Ginger was going to win, because if Sami Zayn could do it, anyone can do it, and that was it. And it was also a way to appease the smart marks out there.
Right. They're well, if we know we're giving this to Jinder later, let's give these assholes a bone so that way they can be happy about something. Gotcha.
Exactly.
All right.
It's smart. I'm not going to say it wasn't smart. It's just I don't.
I guess.
I didn't even think about that. I thought it was just for Zayn and Corbin's storyline while Zayn won.
To me, it tells me that they have no faith in the intelligence of smart marks at all, because they're it's like giving the fucking dog a bone with a little bit of like meat or chicken or whatever on it, just a tiny bit, And then while you're sitting at the table eating the fucking 14-ounce fucking steak, and it's like just giving the dog the tiny little bit of a fucking chicken bone and making and acting like, now leave me the fuck alone so I can fucking eat my steak. That's what it is to me.
And that's exactly what they're doing. But that's just been the WWE since after freaking WCW went under. You know?
Yeah.
That's been their booking since forever. You know?
Yeah. Mac, any thoughts? Other thoughts, that is.
I feel, it was a good match for what it was, but...
Are you a fan of either of these guys? Because I feel like neither of you really are. Maybe I'm going to guess that Easy likes Sammy a little bit, but he's not really that big into him. That's my guess.
I like Zayn. I like Zayn's abilities, but I don't like him. Like that. You know what I'm saying?
All right. I like El Generico.
Well, that's gone, my friends. There'll be no El Genericos anytime soon.
Exactly. And I do not like this watered-down version. I think he's a great worker. I think there's a future for him, but he's also a company man now. He's going to do what he's told
he was
when
a company
he's told.
Man the second he signed. He was a company man from the start.
Yeah. So his, he has the ability to put on 5-star matches, and he has the ability to go in there with somebody like Corbin, there is a raw potential there, and he makes Corbin look good. He makes Corbin look good.
Corbin. I don't hate Corbin necessarily. I see little drips and drabs of good stuff about him that I could get behind. I definitely see him as an Intercontinental Champion, though. I don't see him as a main eventer, not anytime soon.
No. Who? Corbin?
Yeah. I see him as
not without a manager.
Champion.
Corbin's gonna hold that heavyweight title.
He's getting it. Oh yeah, he will. Yeah. But I mean, fucking Jinder's got it. He can get it, and that's what I was saying about the.
That's another thing. I feel Corbin should have got it before Jinder, but hey.
I think a lot of people. I think Zack Ryder should have got it and co held it with Jinder because that's about the same level they were at.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
They were the same fucking level. One was a face and one was a heel. Same level.
No, you're not wrong. So.
But this is what I meant about the title getting brought down. Like now people are gonna be like, well, Jinder had it. It's the same thing with Jack Swagger. Remember Jack Swagger had it 5 years ago, and we had to get rid of the stench of that title. Remember we actually had to get rid of the stench of it. Like, okay, now we need to give it to Brock Lesnar, or not Brock Lesnar. He had the WWE. You know what I'm trying to fucking say?
Right. But you have to
bigger
what you do. Right. But again, sometimes when they make those weird calls, like it's gold because they did the same stuff.
But here's the
Edge.
problem.
And
they never
Edge,
did it with the WWE title. They only did it with the world title. And now the WWE title is the world title. So it's bringing a big title. You're bringing back down the title that Hogan wore. You're bringing down the title that Bret Hart, that freaking, all these John Cena, Shawn Michaels. John Cena I hate, but I mean let's face it, he is the level he is. The Undertaker.
The last
couple
of
lot
years,
of these guys.
John Cena really got my respect.
Oh, he's got my respect. I just don't like any of his promos, and I hate his character. Him as a man got my respect. I mean, the guy has a side to him. He's definitely a weirdo, but by that fucking Total Bellas thing, I don't know if that was a work or not, but it feels like it wasn't. And I could see him just being a real weirdo, but. He's got a lot of angles in that weirdo. Like his acting, he's going to get small roles in movies for the rest of his life. And that motherfucker's going to be a governor or a president one day. You mark my words. I'll say that on the 24th, too. That dude is either going to be president, senator, or governor. Or vice president. One of Secretary of State Cena. Something big. That dude. We're talking about how The Rock's going to run for president, and there's a good chance that dude becomes president one day. But, dude, John Cena's right behind him. Like, he's a politician to the max.
Hell yeah. He is.
Makes me sick sometimes, though.
All right. So moving. We have any more final thoughts on Corbin and Zayn?
I forgot to get star ratings for the 3 matches, the last 3 matches. So guys, give me a star rating for Baron Corbin and Sami Zayn.
3 stars.
Out of what?
Soft.
3 out of 5 stars. You know how Dave Meltzer does 5 stars. He does, and then the one match that got a 6-star was your boys in Japan. But this definitely is not a 6-star match. So
this is a 3. This is a 2.5-star match.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah,
that's
3
bad.
if I'm drunk enough. You know?
Nah, it's 2.5 then.
2.5.
Gotta go with the sober mind. All right, what did you guys think of the Usos and Breezango's star rate? I mean, obviously it was what it was. It's comedy.
I think
entertainment-wise, it's a 5-star match. Entertainment-wise.
Not 5.
Yeah, entertainment-wise, yeah.
Let's just no, we're not doing 3. Entertainment or work rate. We're doing everything. Because a 5-star match is 100% in all of that. So give me the stars.
I'm gonna give it 4 stars. Like it was.
I think you're being very generous. The mop was awesome, but you're being very generous.
It established the Usos, and it also and again, I'm going from the fact that I saw SmackDown on Tuesday. Because they were able to continue the arc.
All right, you gotta try to forget SmackDown, because honestly, if you were gonna give it a star rating, you're supposed to give it a star rating the night of the show. Like that's how.
All right,
most people do that way.
Then
it's first off.
Then I'll do 3.5.
All right, 3.5 is acceptable. I'm gonna give it a 3. You know,
I'll go
it's not. The only reason why a 3 is because the entertainment factor was a 4 to me. You know what I mean?
Right.
And yeah, Tyler Breeze can throw a nice drop kick. You know,
and do a sick plancha, and a sick Fandango does a sick plancha, and the bump that Tyler Breeze took when he took on that guardrail was devastating. Like I actually felt bad for him, and I you know I don't do that. I was like, that was like it hurt. You know? So.
All right, what did you guys think of the Nakamura match star rating?
It kills me, but I'm gonna say like 2.5 stars, man.
Yeah,
because it should have been better.
I think I'm gonna say 2.
It was. I was gonna say 2.75. I was thinking that.
It didn't live up to the hype. It didn't live up to the hype.
No. The screener loves Shinsuke Nakamura, by the way. The screeners are huge.
I love Shinsuke Nakamura. He's an incredible talent. He's got a great energy. He is, you know, the artist and the rock star. And it's
I don't like the whole artist thing. I don't like the artist thing. I think that's fucking weird.
Yeah, they should have kept the King of Strong style.
Well, they are bringing.
You didn't have to call him
the
fucking artist, all right? You had to fucking put your mark in, didn't you? The second I saw the artist, I was like, oh no, just leave him the fuck alone. Don't fucking call this guy the artist, please. Like that was the first thing when I saw the art, and then Dustin was like, "You call yourself the artist?" I'm like, no, he's never called himself the fucking artist ever. The reason why you're calling him the artist is because he wanted fucking violins in his theme song, and he thought of that, and that song was already over more than he is. That's why you call him the artist. I get it. I'm a producer. I get it. He had a great idea, and it's already gotten him over just with the entrance and the song. Without him having to do one match, he was already over with that. Not to mention, people knew who he was, but most people didn't.
Right.
Let's be honest. All they know, he's the artist. Oh my goodness.
All right.
Yeah,
but then also
committee's next. Go ahead. Sorry.
Jesus Christ. But the other thing is, it also they went in with the artist aspect to soften it up because they knew it wasn't going to be a strong style of a match because it's all single.
Mac,
what happened?
You like to call him Mac? Give me some quick thought on the artist, please. Whoever came up with the name the artist is on the list.
Hell yeah, no, definitely.
The worst part is that they call him the artist known as Shinsuke Nakamura, but he reminds me more of Michael Jackson, not Prince.
Wow, they had
True.
That's what they were thinking. They were like, "Ooh, he's Michael Jackson. Let's make him like Prince." You can see Vince. He only knows people that Vince probably saw him and was like, "He's like Michael Jackson. Well, look, pal, we better call him the artist, because that's like Prince. They could be the same in one." I just see it. He could be the Japanese Prince of Michael Jackson. You know, I see it going through his head.
The Prince of Neverland Ranch.
Look at how he comes out, and he does that I don't know what he does, but as soon as he comes out with the violin, the fans, they just love it. And he came up, he's an artist. Let's call him the artist. Like I just see it.
That's a very good Vince, by the way.
What should we do with this Asian? Why do they even like him? He's not even 200 pounds. And who's the Irish guy? He's not big, but the women love his eyes. Let's call him Finn. That's Irish, right? He reminds me of a dolphin. Let's call him Finn.
God damn.
Yeah. No, that's part the crackhead voice, trying to be Vince. I have the crackhead voice, talking like this. But it's like Vince turned up to like 100, but more sounding like a crackhead. I do it on the other show a lot. But
nice.
Vince voice and the crackhead voice is very close to each other. I've noticed because I've never tried to do a Vince voice. I've never tried to do a Vince voice before. Actually, that was the very first time. So so that was what I came up with.
You just let it rip.
Man. Just sometimes you just gotta let it go.
Some people do a much better job. I've heard some good Vinces in my day.
Right.
But
all right, so
that's what it reminds me of.
The next one.
Why does he come out? Why does he come out looking like a demon sometimes, and all the other times he's looking like Fonzie? Let's call him Finn Balor. It's got a great ring to it. And Balor, that's a great name. Finn Balor. Sorry, he's not even on SmackDown for some reason.
No, it was a good riff. I appreciate it. All right, so again, we're up to
Is Tamina still on the roster? What? Why do we still employ her? Oh, she's one of the Samoans. Okay. Wait, didn't her father kill someone? Oh, he's dead? Oh, okay. And why do we keep that fag on the roster? Oh, that's right. He came out of the closet. All right. We'll keep him on for the gays. I just see that. Like, that's, he's going down the list of the people on the roster. What? And Natalya still wrestles. Like, yeah, bro, she's in the next match. You know what I mean? How old is she now? 40? No, Vince, she's 34. Look, she's been around for like 8 years. It's time to we need to put her in. Do you think she'd go to NXT? Like, Vince, she was in NXT for 2 years. Like, we had her down there training with the girls. But why the fuck did we bring her back? Because her boyfriend got hurt. And, we need to, make the fans happier. But nobody likes Natalya. She's got cats. Like, so? I hate cats. I just see it. What is this Twitter thing, anyway?
All right. So this the welcoming committee versus fucking the other three chicks.
The welcoming committee is Natalya, by the way.
Hold on,
Carmella and Tamina.
Versus the other three chicks, which is Charlotte Flair, WWE SmackDown Women's Champion Naomi, and Becky Lynch.
Like, we got a girl named Naomi on the roster? When the fuck did we get
I
her?
moan backwards. Just remember, Naomi is I moan backwards.
I do moan. Ask Linda. And ask Stephanie.
What y'all think about
ask Shane. He's been in the house when he's heard me. Vince, enough. How big do you think my house is? Ask Pat Patterson.
All right.
By the way, Natalya's on the list and Tamina's on the list. They're on the list.
Awesome.
Yeah. No, the other girls are not on the list, even though the other three chicks was Charlotte Flair, Naomi, and Becky Lynch.
Yes. And the reason why I say it like that is because they're all, but SmackDown is treating their women's division or their writers or whatever the hell you want, like it's freaking meaningless, like it's pointless.
We need to find a name for the redhead. What is a good name for a redhead? How about we call her Lynch? All right, I gotta stop. Now you turned it on, and I just can't stop doing it. Now. Like every wrestler, it was like the list last week. Like you're giving me a new toy to play with, and now I'm Vince to everybody. Yeah. AJ Styles. Who knows? What kind of style does he have? He's little. He reminds me of a pit bull. We'll call him the pit bull, AJ Styles. Yeah, that didn't last long, but. You guys remember that, right? When he was the pit bull for like 3 weeks. Matt's like, nope. It was like the first 3 weeks he was there. Michael Cole was like, he's like a pit bull. And everyone's like, oh, no. Just like the artist. Just like the artist. It's the same thing. Yeah. Anyway, what's next? Oh, yeah, the six bitches that we all know their names. And James Ellsworth.
No, that's 7.
Now, who won? Because this is the match I fell asleep during, and I never woke back up.
Natalya got the clean tap on Becky. Got it in my notes. Hold on. Yeah, on Becky.
She got, did Becky turn heel yet?
Nope.
It's coming.
They ain't even teased it. It was just like clean. Like it wasn't even no tension between the scenes.
Nah, it's coming.
Like,
that's gonna be part of the storyline. That's part of the storyline.
Yeah. It's
Don't they got Mick Foley's son on the SmackDown writing team? Does he still work for them, or did they finally fire him?
Yeah, no, he still works for them, but he's a runner right now.
He gets the soda and he's the water boy. Yeah, okay. Phil, maybe I don't know. We'll see. SmackDown's a better show.
Yeah, it is, but Raw takes better care of their women's division. Their writers,
we got Foley's team on the roster. Let's make him get us coffee for the next 10 years. Fucking Mick.
But,
he thinks he's Santa Claus, damn it. Fuck Santa. And fuck that little brat. We'll make him run coffee for the next 10 years.
I wonder if Vince just talks like that all day. Like,
he does.
Out talking.
So he does.
And he just want to be like, Vince, shut the fuck up, man.
Yeah, the only people that have ever done that was like Shawn Michaels.
Tell Vince to shut up.
You do know that that's why I love Bruce Pritchard's show so much, because he does Vince all the time. Like Conrad will be like, yo, what would Vince sound like if he was in this situation? And then he does it. He does the voice great. He knows Vince so well that he can do it perfectly. I love that's part of the reason why I love the show. To be honest with you, the Vince impressions. Anybody that can do a good Vince, I can listen to that all day. Like just him, the way he thinks about things and talks to. That's why it's actually fun right now to pretend to be Vince, because you just can imagine.
No, definitely.
Like, what he thinks about, like when brought to a situation. Like, how's he gonna fucking respond to that one?
Right.
Well, that's just what it feels.
So, what are your guys' ratings? Obviously, Nikki's gonna rate it a 1 because he fell asleep. That's how.
Yeah, I fell asleep. It's not because it was boring to me. It was just because it was past my bedtime, and I'd already taken an Advil PM, and I was already going to sleep. So I don't blame it. I'd like to know why there's no heel turns. This is a 10-minute match, and I see no heel turn from by anybody. Like,
it's
I was
because
expecting
they're building up to
everybody.
The first female Money in the Bank ladder match.
So basically it'll be all these girls.
1.5. Just
is that bad?
I don't want to disrespect.
Yeah.
The women wrestling.
No. Be honest. We got to keep it real.
It's a 1.
Show. If it's a 1, say it's a 1.
Then it's a 1.
I mean, it was pointless. The match was pointless. The finish was clean. There was no sort of drama to it. It just felt like it felt like a filler. It felt like pre Lita and Trish Stratus women's wrestling.
Why is Emma not part of this, or is she on Raw?
She's on
Raw and injured.
Oh, Emma's on Raw. Yeah, but why is she like a nobody? Like I get she robbed the Walmart like 2 years ago, but come on.
Because she keeps stealing iPods.
She keeps getting injured.
Yeah, and she keeps getting injured.
I like her, man. Emma's, there's this girl that comes into my job that looks just like Emma. Look, and I literally fucking dropped what I had in my hand when she walked in today. I dropped it. I had like a stapler in my hand.
Hopefully you were watching her so she wouldn't steal it. So she wouldn't steal nothing.
Well, I dropped that stapler right on the ground. The staples came out, everything. It was so embarrassing. She came in, I had a stapler in my hand. It was just like, and I was like,
You had a stapler.
I'm telling you, this girl looks just like Emma, and even younger than Emma. She's like 21, this girl is. Yeah, I know, and I'm just like, Jesus God. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, a girl that looks like this actually lives around me, because I've never seen one.
Damn, you must live in a fucked up area.
Oh, I do. It's all crackheads and shit. There's no fucking beautiful. I mean, there's a couple of them, but not that level.
Right.
Not that level. You know what I mean? Like, there's a couple dimes that we would, call dimes, because that's dimes to us. But then there's like Emma, which is like much more than a dime. Emma. Most of these girls on the roster are much more than a dime. You know what I mean?
Right.
She would not be. She's not walking around my neighborhood. I can tell you that right now. And then I actually saw one that was like on on that level that walked in the neighborhood.
Dimes is like five New York 5s and 6s. That's what you're saying.
I mean, New York's got like more people, I guess, than. I mean, it's got more. It's a bigger city than Philly, but like where I'm at. Like it's a lot of crackheads. Like honestly, it is. I mean, there's where I work. It's not a crackhead neighborhood. It's actually where the courthouse is for the whole area. And it's a nicer neighborhood, And you see a higher class, but you still see a higher class of crackhead. Like it's just they're just everywhere. There's a lot of heroin addicts. I mean, it's just what it is. Like they're just everywhere.
That's not funny,
It's true. I mean,
higher
it's true.
class of crackhead.
I don't know how else to explain it. Like, that's what
beautiful. It's beautiful.
It's
you don't need a better way to explain it. It's amazing.
I don't know how else to explain it. I wish I could explain it a better way. Like, they got a little more money than the average crackhead, but they're still fucking junkies.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
I get
it.
I totally get it.
That's what's there. That's what's there. There's nothing, like... There's other... I mean, there are, like, people that aren't junkies, but, it's kind of like a 50-50 thing, I think. It's just what it is. I don't know. It's funny. They actually had a Comedy Central show that was named like Delco's Own or something like that. I swear to God.
Right.
I guess it never ended up getting picked up, but it was definitely submitted for Comedy Central, and it was like about our neighborhood. So it's just crazy how, it's all fucking crackheads. But okay, let's get to the next match.
All right. Next
Kevin
match.
Owens and AJ Styles. AJ Styles lost by the count out. I was told that. Great match, but I was told that it was just like the finish was like, come on.
The finish pissed me off. Great match, but the finish.
That's what I heard it did. But I heard that they're going to SummerSlam.
So I don't know. I'm not 100% sure, but the finish pissed me off so bad. I'm actually going to drop it a star rating because of the finish.
That's fine. That's fine. Be honest. Mac, what do you think?
You talking about? What are you talking about?
We're talking about Owens and AJ.
Owens and AJ. I like that match. I like the storytelling in the match. I like the fact that when he went for the phenomenal forearm, and the fact that Kevin Owens was fucking up his leg like that, he couldn't pull it off. Little things like that. Like that's the type of shit Shawn Michaels used to do. You know what I'm saying? And that the type of storytelling for the match that. Well,
that they're being very much compared to each other, AJ and Michaels.
Yeah, I wish that match would have happened.
Deserve to be
talking about that on Table for 3.
Yeah, they had a Table for 3, John. Yeah, they had a Table for 3 where Michaels was like, well, you're me 10 years ago.
And Kevin Nash. But I feel Shawn Michaels could have still had that match. He just so set on staying retired.
Right.
That, he don't, I don't know. I feel he should do it for the fans. He kind of being a little selfish. But
Shawn Michaels has always been selfish, though.
Yeah, but
I kind of respected Shawn's reasoning for not wanting to do another match when I was
But if you
watching.
come back, AJ Styles though, like you retired before it was even a thought that AJ Styles was coming to WWE or he was the type of person he is. So if there is a dream match, if there is that Hogan Rock, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, if he wasn't going to do it for Daniel Bryan, he isn't going to do it for fucking AJ Styles.
I feel.
I gotta agree there.
I feel Daniel Bryan coming back. I'm not ruling that out.
Oh yeah, no, he is. No, he is. Daniel Bryan will come back. If they're smart, they'll let him go for a year and play in the Indies, and then they'll bring him back.
No, I think he should come back and go right in the program with Miz. They've been building that.
Yep. So Bryan, you talking about Daniel Bryan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if he does ever come back, it's got to be Miz, right? I don't see it being anybody else.
Right.
It's got to be Miz.
I feel if he goes to the Indies, he'll go get hurt like crazy. You know what I'm saying? He don't need to go.
Oh yeah, I see that happening. Daniel Bryan's going to New Japan Pro Wrestling as soon as he gets a chance to do a big money match.
Or he'll go to Evolve. I don't think he's going to Evolve.
I don't think Evolve.
Well, just because they have the working contract with the WWE.
But by the time he comes back, everybody that he could go face other countries would probably be in the WWE most likely.
True.
I don't see Evolve as the same. Like I don't think he makes too much money from WWE to go to Evolve. The only other company he can go to is New Japan or even maybe AAA, but I don't think that.
Yeah, Ring of Honor.
Yeah, he might do a match in Ring of Honor because that's where he cut his teeth. But even they can't afford him now. You know.
Yeah. But with Daniel Bryan, it wouldn't be about them being able to afford him.
But he would still make it like, okay, I need to make it the best possible opportunity I can make for one of my last matches. You know, he's not going to be stupid and be like, oh, okay, let me go against fucking Roderick Strong in Ring of Honor. You know what I mean? I know Roderick Strong. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
let's do a six-way match with the Briscoes and Bully Ray. You know what I mean? It's got to be
right. So what is everyone's opinion? Obviously, like it was a great match. The ring psychology was incredible. Great storytelling. You know, I am a huge Kevin Owens fan. He like the subtleness that he does. Like, you know, when how he talks trash. You know, oh, how'd that work out for you? Like it's great. I think he's by far the.
He's still
best.
My favorite.
Yeah, he's still my favorite. And all of this. And him versus Styles, and again, maybe I'm fanboying a little bit.
Kevin Owens is amazing.
Yeah, no, but I expected match of the year from these two, and I expected it on a Backlash pay-per-view. That's the problem. I expected it at Backlash.
Well, you know, I mean, look, I heard a thing that these two, I forget what podcast I was listening to the other night, but. Mm-hmm. Whatever it was, they were saying that these guys have been wrestling for the last 14 years. I think it was Wrestling Soup, actually. It was Joey Numbers on Wrestling Soup. Was like, look, he goes, because Joey Numbers, one of the hosts on Wrestling Soup, is a referee for the Indies. You know, a lot of indie promotions in Boston. And I guess, I forget who was telling me. They were talking about Tommaso Ciampa, the whole thing with Tommaso Ciampa. Right. And something got brought up with AJ and Kevin Owens in the conversation. Mm-hmm. And he's like, look, I remember working a show 14 years ago. He gave us the year, it was like 2003, where it was like a little show, like a little tiny show. But the headlining people were Kevin Steen versus AJ Styles. Right. You know, back then. So these guys have wrestled each other for their main careers, really. Yeah. You know? So, I mean, it's interesting to see how they work with each other in a WWE pay-per-view. Like, they've all watched each other, like, grow from nothing. Mm-hmm. It's got to be one of the biggest camaraderie locker rooms now than it ever was.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And maybe these two kept some stuff back because this feud is supposed to still go on.
I hope it continues.
Sorry to cut you off. Even at the end of SmackDown, when Shinsuke and AJ Styles were standing in the ring together, they had that 5-star match at Wrestle Kingdom a couple years ago. So them, you know, looking at each other in the WWE ring, I know they was both thinking like, look where we at now. You know what I'm saying? So I know that same feeling with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like.
I didn't see. I got to see that. I didn't even know they had a segment where they were both in.
Yep.
Yeah, because they was on their tag team. They had they tag team together. Against
on the same team?
Yeah.
No, they're both faces. Yeah, I guess they would be on the same team.
Yep.
I'm seeing SummerSlam. Those two against each. I'm seeing it should be SummerSlam for them to be against each other. Right?
I would dig it.
No,
I'm talking about
Nakamura style,
or Nakamura Owens, one or the other.
Oh.
No, it's supposedly that's already booked.
What?
Nakamura? Nakamura Styles is booked for WrestleMania.
That match only can happen at WrestleMania the first time, I feel.
Yeah.
Probably, because they had the big match the big match in Japan. It makes sense. So then you have Nakamura versus Owens at SummerSlam.
Exactly.
All right, I both matches I'd like to see.
Yeah, me
I'd
too.
like to see both. See how it goes.
Yeah.
I don't want to see a three-way though. I feel like they're all too important to not, you know what I mean, to not be involved in a three-way. Not anytime soon. Don't make that a SmackDown main event where these three are in a three-way together. Like, please.
Right. And if it's a three-way, it better be for the fucking WWE title.
Let's put the fat Canadian and the Japanese guy and the Pitbull together for the main event of SmackDown.
And the hick.
And the hick. I thought he was a Pitbull.
On SmackDown.
Why is his hair so long anyway? He looks like a 16-year-old boy. Let's job him out. Dude, it hurts my voice to do that voice for so long.
So, like, my rating on that match, I want to give it a 4
What does AJ stand for? Ass juice? All right, I'm done.
I think I'm going to get a 3.5.
A what?
I'm going to get a match at 3.5.
Yeah, I'll go with a 3.5. Because
that sucks. I was hoping it should have been a 4.
It should have been a bad match, but
the ending was horrible. Like that count out. It shouldn't have been a count out.
I actually like the ending. So, but I just don't want to be too generous with my scores. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Don't be.
I get it.
I know it's going to be matches that's going to be between them two. Probably,
right.
You know what I'm saying? That's going to be 4s and 4.5, 5 matches.
Yeah.
So
eventually, I'd like to do a tournament where we do best matches ever too. By the way.
Oh yeah, no, I'm down for that.
Mm-hmm. I think the first one we should do is the entrance songs. Oh, we'll get there. Let's not go too early, but we'll pick
with that. Yeah,
we'll pick like a top
like
100 match. Pick it like a top 100 and make that the 128 man tournament. Where we just go with the matches. You know what I mean? But the other one will be 64 because there's just
so many
damn theme songs.
The way, like the finish of the match, I never saw before though. The way
what happened exactly? You guys foot stuck in a table or something? I heard.
All right, yeah, it was on they was on the announce table or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So Kevin Owens kind of Kevin Owens kind of got out of it and got off weasel his way off the table and kind of like pushed AJ Styles' leg into the hole where the monitors be at, right?
Yep.
Kind of like fell back, but as he was falling back, which took skill to do, like to maneuver your way. You know what I'm saying? To know how to do it.
Right.
And the wires holding his foot so he couldn't get out in time, and Kevin Owens, and he got the count out.
Right.
I never seen it before. Yeah. So for that, I like that finish, and I feel like they can continue the story as a count out. Like there's no clear winner.
Yeah. Well, that's to continue the story in the first place. At least that's what I read.
Right.
Like, okay, this finish sucked, but there's a reason for it. We're continuing the story.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
There's no official winner of this because AJ's foot got stuck in a fucking table.
And it give Kevin Owens heat because that's the heelish thing to do. Like
right. It makes sense. I mean, it's a goofy, weird finish, but it makes sense. Right. But I'm not understanding why these two aren't in a title match. Why they're fighting for the United States Championship? That's what I'm not getting.
They trying to gain relevance to that title.
But you want to know something? It reminds me a lot of. It reminds
they're not
me
bringing relevance to that title. They're bringing irrelevance to those two. They're both champions a couple months ago, both of them, for both brands.
Right. Now you can't look at it like that. You gotta look at it as them building the title up, and not as the title being diminished.
But it's bullshit. It's not about what we gotta look at like. It's what we are seeing it as. Bro, you can't say.
I don't see
they're bringing that title. I don't see them bringing that title up. I see them both being diminished. That's what I mean. Maybe you can disagree, but that's what I see. Right. I see them both being diminished.
Who's the last person to hold the U.S. title since John Cena been doing that open challenge?
No,
Rusev?
I don't even know.
Who?
Wade Barrett, maybe?
Rusev.
I don't fucking know.
Wade Barrett ain't held that title since then. Rusev ain't weak.
Rusev is one of the worst characters.
I love Rusev, bro. He's one of my favorites.
You're crazy.
Yeah, Rusev's one of my
favorites. I got the paperwork to prove it. It's fine.
Rusev will never be on the list. Yeah, I fuck with Rusev too. I'm sorry.
It's off. To me, Rusev, I've seen the gimmick 1,900 times before. He's Nikolai Volkov.
I love Rusev. I don't care. He cracks me the fuck up. He makes me laugh. He's way better than Nikolai Volkov.
Exactly. He's actually that person. Like, even if you watch him on Total Divas, like, he values his culture. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
That's it. That's him. And Lana actually went off her character, but that's actually Rusev. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm a little confused at how that one's gonna go.
I like Lana and Rusev together. Actually, I don't think they should have did that, but
I don't think they ever should have said those two were together. I think it should always be something where, like, but it was never, like, on camera.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, they should have.
That's why they got.
That's their own fault. Yeah, they're retarded. They got fucking the screener working for them or something.
Right.
Yeah, that's their fault. That's why they got punished before.
It was the total. I think the Total Divas thing didn't help.
That whole Dolph Ziggler.
Oh God, that was terrible. And that was 2 years ago.
Right.
That was 2 years ago, guys, and he's still feeling the effects. Dolph Ziggler never came back. Never. They're like, let's give him the IC title for like 3 days. That'll bring him back. Bro, he was done, dude. He should have never even took the title off of Miz, by the way, with that. He should have been the Intercontinental Champion this entire time, and still the IC champion. He needs to beat Santino's, not Santino, fucking, what's his name? The other Santino.
Goldust?
The fucking Elvis. Elvis.
Honky Tonk Man.
Thank you. Honky Tonk Man.
No worries.
And notice I never remember anybody's name. I do that. Elvis. Yeah, Honky Tonk Man.
Yep.
He needs to beat the Honky Tonk Man's record. And that be that.
Definitely. No, I get that.
So. All right, let's go to the next match, guys. We got way too long with this review. It's going to be a long one.
Yeah, well, we have trouble staying on topic.
By the way, I just want to say Pepsi Fire on the list. On the list. Oh. You know what Pepsi Fire is? On the fucking list for sure. It is a new Pepsi that just came out. We just got them at my job. It's supposed to taste. It's supposed to be like cinnamon Pepsi, bro. It is. I couldn't even finish it. I couldn't finish it. I bought one today. It was the worst thing I ever bought. It will be on tomorrow's show. I will be doing a Yelp review, a new Yelp review, another segment for the Two Door Bears. I will be reviewing the Pepsi Fire. All right.
Okay.
Just so you know. Okay. I just saw a picture on Facebook, like some asshole who just wrote Pepsi Fire and a picture of it. And he wrote, finally tried it. And I just wrote, it's the most terrible thing I've ever had in my entire life. So, yeah.
Awesome.
It's disgusting.
All right, so what's the next match?
I don't know. I got on this Pepsi Fire thing and I got really pissed. I think whoever made Pepsi Fire, I completely just went off the list. Okay, Luke Harper, who I don't know why they made Eric Rowan lose, but Luke Harper and Eric Rowan for a 9-minute match. I knew nobody would care about this match, but I love Eric Rowan. I do. So
I do too. I do too, and he should have went over.
Bro, he's gonna get future endeavored.
I think
he's gonna get rid of it.
Yeah, it's horrible because he's so talented, and he's got something, and he's got the Stone Cold seal of approval.
He's got the Nicky Scars seal of approval. I'll tell you that.
So
Eric Rowan does. I like his beard. And I like his Asian music when he's not Asian.
Right.
I don't know.
Crazy.
And I love the sheet mask. I've been stealing the sheet mask for like 3 years now. Like, the sheet mask. I feel relevant with the sheet mask, just like Eric Rowan does.
Right.
So there's a connection there. Eric Rowan not on the list. Luke Harper also not on the list.
Yep.
Not on the list for Luke Harper either.
They just need
to
tag them up again and let them be the
and let them hold the
champions for a while.
Let them hold the titles. And you know what they need to team them up with? Fucking the British guy. Wouldn't that be a crazy fucking weird team? Those two and Pete Dunne. Put them all together. Make them all hold the titles in the mouth together.
That'd be good.
Yeah. Completely different character. Pete Dunne, scumbag, sends them to do his bidding. It would be perfect.
Exactly. All right, so we got
the fucking we didn't even talk about the match. Okay, ratings for this. I mean, star ratings. See, I didn't see it, so I don't know. 2. That's what I thought.
Yep.
All right. I think if you really want to do something with Luke Harper, take him off TV for 6 months. Have him come out back as a completely different character. A Bruiser Brody type, if that's what you want to go with, because that's what he's, always, he looks just like Bruiser Brody, But you got to take him on TV for 6 months. You got to make that investment. And you'll have to let go of Eric Rowan, because as long as Eric Rowan's around, it's a wrap. So you may as well either put Eric Rowan the Raw and have him, be, with Bray, and then keep Luke for off TV for 6 months if you're ready to do that investment. Bring him back before WrestleMania and have him be a completely different character. Or you team these guys up together, make him a dominant tag team. And I don't know why I like the whole Pete Dunne thing, but put him with Pete Dunne. Make Pete Dunne Bray Wyatt, but not Bray Wyatt. Make Pete Dunne be Pete Dunne. Yeah, but everybody with Pete Dunne. You know what I mean? And then have him go up against the Titus brand. And then have Titus try to recruit Pete Dunne, and then unfortunately Titus is going to have to bite the bullet on this one, but they just destroy Titus, and it'll be cool. I don't know. I'm no booker, but fuck it, sounds better than what's on TV now. I don't know. All right, star ratings 2. 2s we're doing.
Yeah, 2.
1.5.
1.5. All right. Well, the next match is our title match with Jinder, with Sunil and Samir versus Randy Orton for the title. We've already talked a little bit about it, so we don't have to go too heavy into it. But thoughts, guys? Any thoughts? And give us some star rating too.
How Randy Orton flipped the Singh brothers like they was toys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, what'd he do?
Got them guys too. Like on the announce table.
I thought he broke one of them.
He back suplex 1-on-1, like just tossed him and took the other one, but the other one landed on his shoulders. And
I heard there was talk that Randy Orton was really trying to stiff the shit out of them guys. Yeah, that's what I heard. That's what I heard a little bit of. That he was like, "Fuck these fucking faggots! I'm stiffing these motherfuckers. Who the hell are they?" In the main event.
No, that had a lot to do with the dive comment.
Wait, one at a time, please. Because one's saying no and the other's saying that's why. Go ahead, easy. Tell me what you were about to say.
It had a lot to do with the dive comments because the Singh brothers are spot monkeys.
With the what? The dive.
With the dive.
So Rip Rogers is now affecting pay-per-views.
Yep.
Beautiful. That old Rip Rogers, always starting shit.
So that was his.
Now he's
way
changing
of saying
pay-per-views.
Well, no, it was his way of saying, I can toss around you indie guys like nothing. This is the
poor
big
fucking Singh brothers. If Rip Rogers would just kept his fucking mouth shut, they wouldn't have got their fucking face.
But he did go back and check on him. He did.
Singh brothers gotta hit up Rip Rogers and be like, "Yo, what the fuck, bro? I mean, thanks. I appreciate fucking my fucking head fucking slammed through." That old Rip Rogers always starting shit. Rip Rogers, he's not dead yet? No, Vince, he's not. He started all the shitstorm this weekend. I didn't even know he was around. Yes, Vince, he was around. God damn it, Rip Rogers. Yeah, it's just funny. He's got a funny name too. Rip Rogers. Great name.
Word.
But that old Rip Rogers fucking running his mouth and causing the poor Singh brothers, the fucking Bollywoods. It's all Rip Rogers' fault.
You know.
Oh, well. Can we get some star ratings for this match?
I'll get this a 3.5.
So it was as good as AJ and Kevin Owens?
No. For me, I don't know, the surprise factor at the end that he won and the whole crowd reaction through the whole match, like the crowd was hot.
Yeah, the crowd was hot.
I heard that the crowd was really pro-gender.
The crowd was hot. They were cheering. It was like a Roman Reigns, like you saying, you couldn't tell what they were doing, but the loud type reaction.
Mhm. Interesting.
Even when he came out the Jeep to do his promo, the limo.
Mhm.
Crowd was crazy, like, you know what I'm saying? So.
Right. Interesting.
Just so
I'm gonna definitely watch the match.
The surprise factor and the whole deal and tossing them guys like it was nothing. I think that. Yeah,
we called in the predictions that he wasn't going to win, right?
Yeah, no,
I said gender.
No, Max said I said Orton. I said Orton, but my exact words were the only way I see, and actually, Nikki, you and I had this conversation earlier before I was even on the show ever. The only way I see this thing going with Jinder is if they're looking to peel him off into a feud with Rusev later to make Rusev.
You did say that. You did say that. And I think we were like, yeah, that would be awesome. But I didn't think that was actually going to happen.
Neither did I.
Yeah, the cops are fucking. Yeah, the cops probably got a lot of work where you live, Mac, because I feel like they're
That's the
it's like every 15 minutes. That's the ambulance. Damn.
Yeah.
I feel like they definitely got a lot of work to do at 5:30 on a Wednesday. Just feel like, everyone's out and about. It's a nice day out, I guess it makes sense.
So like my overall rating is about a 2.5 on this pay-per-view.
All right, I would have given it a 3 for what I saw, but I didn't see the full pay-per-view, so I can't.
I agree. I agree. Like a 2.5.
Yeah,
that's bad. That's a thumbs down for me. Anything under a 3, like a 3.5, is thumbs down.
Mm-hmm. And
speaking
of
crackheads, guys, I was going to say, speaking of crackheads, I just read that 2 counselors at a drug rehab center found dead in the office in my neighborhood.
Damn.
So there you go.
Damn.
Yeah, crack everywhere.
Bad day.
Heroin overdose. Yeah.
Damn.
So, go ahead. I'm sorry. I just read that. I'm looking up, trying to be a multitasker and trying to.
It doesn't help for Backlash and smaller pay-per-views to go on after Takeover. Takeover is by far superior, and it just showed it. And to me, it hindered it because.
Well, bro, it shouldn't have showed it. It's got Shinsuke Nakamura, Sami Zayn, fucking Kevin Owens. I mean, all these guys on the main roster are guys that were in NXT killing it. That goes to show you that it's not them.
No, it's
it can't be them if it's like that every time.
It's the writers and the bookers. It's the writers and the bookers.
Then why are we keeping these people around? That's what I'm not understanding.
They kowtow to Vince. Vince does not control NXT. That's why NXT is better.
If he wanted to.
And then it would be shitty.
I think Vince has some type of say in NXT. I don't think
he does.
It'll go down with it. He just have more leeway because it's not a main brand. It's on the
network. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. He owns NXT. He's still the owner.
Yeah,
It's not like he bought it for Triple H and was like, here, Hunter, play with this for a while. So that way after I'm dead, you know how to run my company. It's not like he did it that way.
No, but the main difference is SmackDown and Raw are for the stockholders. They're a publicly traded company, so they're for the stockholders to increase advertising buys. NXT they don't have to worry about advertising buys. It's business. I hate saying this shit, but at the end of the day, it's business.
True.
And because they're a publicly owned company, they have a bunch of freaking stuffed shirt douchebags that have invested in the company, and that's why it's stuck in PG, because PG will get better advertising.
Oh, I agree.
Yep.